Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chris Powers back with another video. How y'all been doing? It's been a minute. Of course, I'm back on my fitness stuff. So I want to get back in the studio and get back to making these videos to kind of help people lose weight, stay in shape. As we get older, things go downhill. And, I want to do the best to help people with the longevity so they have a long, plentiful life and they'll be able to do the things that they want to do as far as moving around and just stuff like that. So, without further ado, I do have a video that I want us to check out. So, let's go ahead and get right into it. And it is the 5 mistakes this guy made before losing 55 pounds. He has some interesting. Good God, what happened? Just I think I had a boxing moment. He has some interesting takes. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Biggest mistakes I made before I finally lost 55 pounds. Number one is thinking I had to do cardio all the time in order for me to lose weight. I was going to the gym, I was doing HIIT cardio, I kid you not, maybe about 5 times a week. Did I want to do it? No, but I thought that was the best way to see progress. Not only did I
All right, so I'm gonna stop it like probably on each point, but he has a point. One thing when you talk to a lot of people that don't know a lot about like losing weight or anything like that, or making gains, but it's cardio. So everybody also thinks that they can just outwork a bad diet. You can't do that. You can't do that. If you eat a donut with 400 calories, you have to go out and run for 2 hours just to knock out that 400 calories. Like it's not designed. You're not designed consistently to be able to do something like that. You may be able to do it one day, but you don't want to do that every day, and it's not something unless you get all the time in the world to do. So one thing a lot of people, like I said, have a misconception of is that cardio. You have to do cardio. I overeat. I gotta do cardio. I want to lose weight. Cardio, cardio, cardio. Like he said, he was doing. I think he said cardio 5 times a week. Entirely too much. It's not sustainable unless you're a high level athlete. And then even in a lot of high level athletes, even with them, a lot of times once they uh, stop doing what they're doing, like for let's just say there was an NFL player and he's eating 7,000 calories a day because that's what he needs for his activities. Once he stopped playing in the NFL, he can't continue doing what he's doing. He will not continue doing what he's doing with all the cardio. So that's one thing to kind of keep in mind.
feel miserable, but I hated every second of it. So I started putting more focus on dieting, which brought me 10 times more progress than doing cardio alone did. Second mistake.
All right. I'm not gonna keep stopping. I promise. But that's another thing. I did something called the Optavia diet, and I lost 25 pounds without ever hitting the gym, walking, anything. I stayed in a calorie deficit, probably about 1,200 calories daily. It was hard. I would not recommend that. It is not sustainable, but I did it and I lost weight. So eating healthy will gain you way more success than going and doing cardio, even 3 times a week. It's people say that dieting really is about 85% of weight loss and losing fat. If you can watch what you eat, mainly stick to whole foods, you'll be okay.
Is not having any boundaries set when I would go to any social events. Well, if I would go out to a restaurant or just go out with friends in general, I would have all the drinks that I wanted, all the food that I wanted without ever saying no to myself. Now, I'm not saying you can't have your fun, but at some point you're going to have some type of boundaries with what you're eating and what you're putting into your body. Third mistake.
All right. So when it comes to that, you hear about people in the office. Oh, so and so brought donuts. I had three. We had a pizza party. I had 5 slices. Went out with my friends. We had a grand old time. I ate appetizers, dessert, main entree, and some drinks. You just absolutely destroyed your diet. Just going out. Just take that one time going out to the restaurant. So let's just say you're in a calorie deficit. You're taking 2,000 calories a day, and So that'll put you at 14,000 calories for the whole week. So you decide to go out on Saturday. So that'll put you at like 12,000 calories. So you go out on Saturday and you mess around and get 6,000, 7,000 calories that day. Now you're in surplus. Now when you get back on the scale for that next week, you done gained a pound or two. And you're like, oh man, I thought I was doing so good. No, that's not how that works. You can't just go out here and just overindulge. Now, what I will say is once you get on the other side of fitness and you're pretty lean, and I mean in the low body fats, those things aren't as detrimental to your, I say, physique or progress as it is in a person who's trying to get down to a certain weight, if that makes sense.
I made was having way too many cheat days. My thing would be, okay, I lost a couple of pounds. Now I can slack off for a few days and eat whatever the hell I wanted, when it really just backfired and set me back to where I was. And the fourth mistake.
All right, cheat meals. And see, here, cheat days. Never recommend a cheat day. When you in the process, uh, typically it's a cheat meal, but sometimes people get carried away. So even with that, I would tell them, hey, don't do the cheat meal. If all possible, if you want to go to Chick-fil-A and get a chicken sandwich, lose the bread, just eat the meat. If you just really need something, if I'm just being honest, yeah, just cut out the cheat meal because a lot of people don't have the self control or the discipline to kind of reel it in. They just go out there and go wild, like he said. Oh, I lost a couple of pounds. I can go out here a couple of days and do what I want to do. And when you get back after being eating in the a 5,000 a day surplus for the next 3 days, and you gain them 3 pounds back that you lost last week, that you've lost those 3 pounds that it took you, maybe a month to lose. You've lost it in 3 days. So no, we ain't doing the cheat. We ain't doing the cheat stuff.
I made is not wanting to track anything that I was putting into my body, because I didn't want to be that guy that seemed like he was obsessing over food. It's not even obsessing though. It's knowing what you're putting into your body instead of guessing. Because when you guess how much food you're eating, all you're doing is keeping yourself stuck. Fifth mistake I made.
All right, tracking food. Tracking food is absolutely necessary when you're trying to lose weight. Normally, once you get into a routine, you probably won't have to do it like me. I don't necessarily have to track my food these days because I eat the same thing over and over. Let's just say I'm eating chicken and rice for a week. Let's say I do that for a month. I'm eating chicken and rice a month, and the next time I want to switch it up, now I'm eating uh, lean beef and sweet potato. So I'm eating that consistently. Those are low fat whole foods, and they're interchangeable. If I want carbs one day, if I don't want carbs one day, if I want to replace the sweet potato with green beans, I can. It's not gonna hurt me because I'm getting enough protein. Plus, the things that I'm eating are low in calories, so I really don't have to worry about it. So now that I'm where I'm at, but if you are in the process of losing weight or trying to lose weight or body fat, you have to track your foods because you really need to know what you're eating if you're not eating the same meals day in and day out.
Is not staying consistent with everything that I was doing. I tell you, fat loss is all about consistency. You don't have to be perfect Monday through Friday. It's just try to do the small things consistently over time. But if you're someone who's trying to lose weight, do not make the same mistakes that I did.
All right, so that's it for that video. Consistency is key. Everybody should know that. It's not going to be a overnight thing. I hate when people get online. I lost 20 pounds in 30 days. Oh, you're killing yourself. Now I will say, is it possible? Absolutely. Is it able to be consistent doing it? No. That's like I told you earlier. I was doing the Optavia diet and I was eating 1,200 calories. I lost 25 pounds in 30 days, but I wasn't doing another 30 days of that. Like I'm through with that, and I never went back. If I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to do it the right way. So now you also got the GLP-1s out here that everybody's just taking the shot, and I don't respect that. Like it's a cheat. When you lose weight the right way, you become disciplined and you learn. It helps build character, in my opinion. So I would never recommend somebody to do the GLP-1s or Ozempic or any of that stuff. But you most definitely get back to what I was saying because I was just sidetracked this thing. Be consistent. Be consistent. I wouldn't give myself a time limit because you're gonna fall off the horse. You're gonna get back on the horse. Let's say you're shooting for 3 months. If you're shooting for 3 months, make it 9 to lose whatever you're trying to lose. Because, like I say, especially if it's your first time, you're gonna fall off, get back on, fall off. But what you want to do is just develop good habits so that you can be ultimately consistent with everything. I'm not always consistent, but I've done it long enough to know that what I can and what I can't do. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Have you all been trying to lose weight? Have you fallen off and got back on? How's your weight loss journey going? Let me know down in the comments. If you got any questions, also let me know in the comment section and I'll answer them. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.